Isabel Daz Ayuso and citizens. And it was the first time that the far right, represented by Vox, propped up a regional executive in Madrid. During the COVID-19 pandemic in Spain, she announced on the 16th of March 2020 that she had tested positive for the disease. Born on the 17th of October 1978 in Madrid in the Chamberí district. Her parents were involved in the trade of medical articles. She has a degree in journalism from the Complutense University of Madrid and a master's degree in political communication and protocol. Her partner between 2010 and 2020 was the hairdresser Jairo Alonso, affiliated to the Popular Party in 2005, when Pablo Casado was the president of New Generations in Madrid. In 2006, she was hired by Alfredo Prada, Minister of Justice and the Interior of the Government of the Community of Madrid, for his press department, gaining the confidence of Esperanza Aguirre, specialized in political communication. She directed the online area of the PP, taking charge of Cristina Cifuentes' digital campaign in 2015, a candidate on the PP list for the 2011 Madrid Assembly elections. She was not elected as a member of parliament at the time. She entered the 9th legislature of the regional parliament on the 15th of July, filling the vacancy caused by Engracia Hidalgo's resignation. She renewed her act as a deputy in the 2015 elections. During the ex-legislature she served as deputy spokesperson for her group, a position she abandoned along with her status as a deputy when she was appointed vice-chancellor of the Presidency and Justice of the regional government. On January 11, 2019, the decision of the president of the PP, Pablo Casado, to appoint her as the head of his party's list for the elections to the Assembly of Madrid in 2019 was announced. In the elections of the 26th of May 2019, the PP list obtained 22.23% of valid votes and 30 seats. The second most voted list after the PSOE, with 27.31% of valid votes and 37 seats. Proposed as a candidate for the presidency of the Community of Madrid by the president of the Assembly of Madrid, Juan Trinidad, who had previously prevented an investiture session for Angel Gabilondo by scheduling an investiture session without a candidate in July 2019. Daz Ayuso was sworn in as president of the regional government on August 14, with 68 votes in favor and 64 against. In January 2020, she hired Miguel Angel Rodriguez as chief of staff. Her vice president, Ignacio Aguado, then explained his disagreement with the decision. 6 months after her inauguration as president of the Community of Madrid, the COVID-19 pandemic reached Spain with special virulence in the Community of Madrid. In accordance with the state of alarm decreed by the Spanish government on the 14th of March 2020, the government of the Community of Madrid, like the other autonomous communities, took immediate measures such as the closure of schools and leisure centers, shows and sports events, retired people's day centers, religious celebrations, the closure of hotels and tourist accommodation, shops considered not to be of basic need, and the limitation of travel to those needed to go to work or buy food. It also adopted protection measures in public transport, and tax reductions in the payment of business tax and property tax for leisure, hotel and commercial premises, travel agencies and large stores, on the condition that they maintain the jobs until the end of the year. Pre-essential activity was suspended in all community citizen service offices, and teleworking was encouraged. In view of the saturation of hospital services, hotels in Madrid were used to look after less sick patients. Ayuso stopped appearing before the Madrid Assembly on the 5th of March 2020, and the chamber was closed for more than a month. Ayuso was criticized for delivering high-quality FFP2 and FFP3 protective masks to the citizens of the Community of Madrid for free, which arguably could provoke that these kind of masks became scarce in hospitals. It later was revealed that hospitals were also well supplied with this equipment. Ayuso opposed the request of her coalition partners, Citizens Party, for the army to intervene in the homes of the elderly. However, the army ended up entering the homes, against her own criteria, finding corpses and people in extreme situations and in poor sanitary conditions during COVID-19 epidemic. Also in March 2020, after the declaration of the state of alarm, Ayuso proceeded to terminate the contracts of all the concessionaires of school canteens and hired for 2 months fast food franchises such as Telepizza, Rodelar or Vienna Capelanes to feed the children of families that had a reduced price in the canteens because they were beneficiaries of the minimum income of insertion. In May 2020, her Director General of Public Health, Yolanda Fuentes, resigned, disagreeing with Ayuso's decision to request the transfer from Phase 0 to Phase 1 of the confinement. Because it was not based on health criteria, a position Ayuso reportedly took aft.